Nico Paganini is actually a staff of legends. He was born in Genoa, in Italy, and well, his music is all about Italy. If you hear it, it's not only about the amazing technique, the acrobatics, the Formula One race, the absolute stunning technique that, well, it dazzled the public so much that one of the critics in 19th century wrote that you have to sell, you have to borrow, but come and see Paganini. This is the way he was. One of the greatest star ever, one of the first pop stars, really. People were just trying to get tickets in such a way that they were basically killing each other on the street, like today. He was, he pushed the boundaries of human technique on the violin to the point there was nothing to add, just to figure out how to do it. And believe me, it wasn't easy. It took some time because he was very careful. He didn't let anyone into his secrets. Why? He didn't want another Paganini around him, and he was the only one. This concerto is very special. It's his first concerto that he composed. And you can hear the touches of something we all love about Italy, the light touch, the opera there. I mean, it's like a singing concerto. And besides that, of course, the acrobatics in between to keep us busy because, why should we just sing and be happy? In between, we are working very, very hard and just hoping it will be right there where it should. Paganini, my hands are not very, very impressive. They are rather short. Paganini's would be right somewhere here. Am I right? Somewhere in this vicinity. And he had a very specific disease of joints. So he could actually do this with his fingers, all around. And this way?
Yeah, don't look into the lens.
Okay, I'm sorry. So he could bend them at an angle, and it did help. He was also an excellent guitarist. So some of the guitar actually chords he transferred to violin, and the pizzicati where we actually pretend to be the guitar. He just loved all kinds of tricks, and no wonder everyone loved him. Just enough for him.
What does it mean to you to be playing this?
It's
as a violinist, how much have you accomplished to be able to play this concerto with the London Symphony Orchestra?
Of course, Paganini, when you say to any violinist of any age, it's what we associate with a very top shelf of human technique. And everyone is striving to play the Paganini. But I discovered in this piece, it's not about technique, really. Because for Paganini, technique was only the little venue of his expression, not the end, not the very end of what he wanted to express. It was just a tool, nothing more. So when I'm thinking about his concerto, I'm thinking about Italian opera. I think about his best friend, Giacomo Rossini's operas, where every singer has a freedom, he should, to sing as beautiful as they can. And also, it was very difficult to sing. So this is what I think about the concerto. This is the opera on 4 strings, with lots of fireworks in between.
Mozart was the great composer before Paganini. In fact, Paganini, he was so much of a virtuoso that maybe he's a different kind of animal than the kind of composer that Mozart was.
Oh, no. I know. To put him on the shelf.
I'm feeding you loads of stuff and I want you to throw it back.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much.
So you get to the end of
it's a very good point for professionals.
And suddenly we're in Mozart's G major, but we're just about to get to that great cliche of what the Mozart concerto is, and it goes into this really strange Paganini sort of road crash.
Yeah.
And how do you? What's interesting to talk about is that And if we think about what
I think what's interesting, because many people, many experts in the field,
yeah.
they are demeaning virtuoso composers to the point, they are just the composers, and they forget that Bach or Mozart, these big guys, they are also virtuosos. And I think this is when you hear Paganini, you hear not only Paganini, but everything that was, well, he has his trademark. You cannot mistake him for anything else. But you hear the years, the centuries of developing music. You hear Mozart.
One of the things that I'm interested there then is that you're playing Paganini, which is the height of virtuosity, and all of a sudden you're hearing Mozart's G major, which I'm presuming is one of the concertos of your childhood.
Of course, one of the first, in fact.
And at the same time, when you're playing Hoffmann's concerto, all of a sudden you're hearing bits of Star Wars and bits of your favourite films.
Yes, it's always the contemporary. This is how it works.
And do you find that exciting? Is there something that you can tell the audience?
Of course, this is the name of the project. This is virtuosity. And as I was saying before, I was touring with my sister, a pianist, and we discovered that people who never are listening to classical music, they got excited, they got thrilled by virtuosity, by this little word, the acrobatics that I'm doing, by, they rediscovered classical music, and it was attracting them because in our age, attention span is very short, and we jump even sometimes from one channel to another every second, and this is what virtuoso music is about. Something else every minute, like a best Hollywood production.